Good day, I'm Mike Taylor, and I'm here with Geekify Inc. to give you a technical demonstration of our upcoming product, the D&D Role-Playing Dice Bracer. What I've got here in front of me is a breadboard test circuit that we use to program the memory of each of our Dice Bracer's circuitry, as well as do a quick test before sending it out to market. I'll be using this to demonstrate the functionality of our upcoming product. In order for the bracer to be used in a wide number of applications and games, we've incorporated a few different modes that you can use, which I will now demonstrate. I'm going to go ahead and boot up this test board using a USB interface which I will plug into my laptop, though the actual bracers themselves will be using a 9-volt battery. As you can see, upon loading up, the displays will read Geekify and wait for a mode to be selected. Using our 4 control buttons and a mode button, all of which will be mounted next to the LED displays on the actual bracer, we can start to see what's available to us. Our first mode is the dice mode itself, in which we'll be offering 2 separate variable dice to be rolled simultaneously. We've included a standard set of D&D dice, including a D2, D4, D6, D8, D10, D12, D20, and we'll also be including a D100 for large RNG rolls, such as if a broadsword of +8 badassery drops, and both your warrior and barbarian want it, then they can roll to see who will receive the loot. As you can see, we can scroll up and down through the dice on both of them, and these will be rolled using an onboard accelerometer. So what we have over here is a small accelerometer unit, which will be mounted inside of the gauntlet, so when you shake your fist in righteous fury or smash it around on the table, you'll roll your dice. I will now simulate a dice roll by using the onboard accelerometer and giving a sharp wave as though I was shaking my fist as though the bracer were attached to it. On these LED displays, you'll see a brief rolling animation followed by a random number displayed. Here we go. So you can see on my D12 I rolled an 11, and on my D20 I rolled a 13. These numbers will persist for approximately 5 seconds until you can roll again, so as not to destroy your roll by accidentally shaking your arm once again. Next up, we have the counter mode, perfect for games such as Magic the Gathering or when you need to track specific stats on a character. Both counters work separately from each other and are configured to raise between -999 and +999. As you can see, each of these is perfect for tracking something like life and mana, or perhaps your health points versus your opponent's health points, or how many hundreds of thousands of kobolds are currently attacking the local village. Each of these will maintain their current value. If you scroll up and down using the control buttons, you'll go up and down by 1. However, if you hold them down for several seconds, it will scroll by 10 at a time. These counters have been programmed to maintain their values despite what other modes you go into. So if I were to set the first counter to say 5 and the second counter to say -3, then we return to it at a later point in the video, we'll see that these values have been maintained. Next up, we have a clock mode, perfect for timing your current adventure or play session. This mode will count up by seconds, one at a time, showing the amount of time that has elapsed since you have begun the timer. What is convenient about this clock mode is you can pause it at any point, as well as resume its current counting. Additionally, once you are done with it, you are able to easily reset it and use it for your next venture. Finally, we've implemented a countdown timer, useful for timed encounters. With this mode, you can increase the time on the counter by 1 minute at a time, and then begin the timer to show how much time is left on a remaining encounter. So say you have a timed dungeon in which your adventurers have 3 minutes to make it to the magical vault of legendary loot. This timer will tell you exactly how much time they have left before they run out of time and the vault closes itself back up for 100 years. Similar to the clock mode, this timer can be paused and resumed at will, as well as have time add if you needed to give your adventurers just a little bit of leeway. So as you can see, we're at 2.5 minutes now, and say they need an extra minute or so to make sure that boss goes down, then I can simply add that and the countdown will continue. This mode will continue tracking its time, even if you switch to other modes. Each of these modes maintains its states while using another mode, so you're free to switch between them at will, without fear of losing anything. As you can see, the dice that we rolled earlier is still set to a D12 and a D20. The counters are still set to 5 and -3, as I mentioned earlier in the video. The clock has continued to count and is now at 6.5 minutes since we started it earlier. And our countdown timer is still going away. Furthermore, we've implemented a standby mode to turn off the displays and optimize battery life, saving energy. Timers will still continue ticking during this mode, and all counters will remain at their predetermined values. However, the LEDs will be dimmed so that you cannot see the current display. By hitting the mode button again, you'll be able to bring it back. So if we wait just a few more moments here, you'll see the LEDs go out, and we'll have entered the standby sleep mode. Upon hitting the mode button, the system will wake up and remember its previous state. So as you can see, they've gone off, and hitting the mode button brings it right back up. We can continue on and see that our clock and counters are still the same, and going on as they should be. So that's all for the technical demonstration as far as what'll be in the guts of the dice bracer. Now I will show you two of the skins that we've gone ahead and made and are in the prototyping stage, soon to be completed. I have here with me the first two styles of the dice bracer that we'll be releasing. Here's the standard version, which is handcrafted out of high-quality leather and fabric. It includes rivets, a decorative bird, as well as all of the circuitry that I just demonstrated to you. Also, it uses an adjustable strap system to fit most arms. We'll be also rolling out the leather fur-lined barbarian model, if you're into that kind of thing more. I'd like to thank you for watching, and I appreciate your time here, showing you what we'll be doing with the D&D role-playing dice bracer. If you have any questions, you're welcome to go ahead and put them on our website at www.geekifyinc.com. Currently, we are taking pre-orders for the bracers on Etsy, as well as on our website, and they will be available soon on thinkgeek.com. If you have any questions, or have any design ideas, or anything you would like to see with these bracers, or any of our other products, again, feel free to drop us a line at www.geekifyinc.com. Thanks for watching.